Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of my pathetic life as a homeowner. Progress and maintenance. It's always, you're either making some progress with your home and cars or you're maintaining your home and cars. And that is basically the story of my life. And this is gonna be a quick video. Hopefully a quick video. It should be a quick video because I'm not gonna do all the bullshit, tell you how to do it. But anyways, long story short, the Xterra has been sitting here for almost 2 COVID years without a whole lot of movement. And that's not the point though, but the point is, back in the 2000s, for whatever reason, it was very popular for manufacturers to put this gray type of trim on cars, on body panels. The shitty part about it is, over time, it just starts to fade and look terrible. This has been replaced, but these haven't been replaced, and they have faded and faded to the point where I am going to be restoring these with a product I'm going to show you in a second. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up. I've had this Xterra for almost 7 years now. When I bought it, it had terribly faded panels. Like, I'm pretty sure they were even worse than they are right now. And I used this product for basically the first thing I did when I bought it was restored the trim. They call it trim restore, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, I did it on this thing. I did it 6 years ago with a product called Wipe New, and I'll show you a picture of the box right here. Now, this product, Wipe New, it worked very well. Like, no question, it worked very well. But after about 3 to 4 years, we're kind of at like 6 years now, it's starting to show some fade again. This panel right here is just horrific. It might look good on camera, but it's like ultra white, ultra light gray. Like, comparing it to that, it should be that, but it's totally light. So anyways, so the Wipe New worked really well, but I'm at a point now where I'm gonna resurface it. Resurface is not even the right word. Recondition it again. And I bought this, hold on, let me set my beer. Oh, cheers, by the way. This time I'm gonna be doing it with Cerakote trim coat, and it's got some sort of ceramic coating in it. And everybody knows in the car industry, ceramic coating, holy shit, that's the fucking latest and greatest. I don't know if they put that in here. If somebody knows, they can explain it, go for it. I'm kind of feeling like it's a bit of a sales gimmick, but anyways, I'm gonna throw this onto this Xterra. And I'm just gonna basically, I'm not gonna show you how to do it. It's pretty straightforward. There's 3 steps here. Hold on, what are the 3 steps? Wash, dry, apply. Pretty straightforward. I already washed this thing, so I'm at the point now where I'm just gonna apply it with these wipes. I'll shoot a little quick segment on that. But yeah, I thought about painting it as well. I know a lot of people have painted these things, and I'm comparing painting it, which is gonna take a shit ton of work, shit ton of prep, and this was 17 bucks off of Amazon. I'll post the link in the description below, but this is just a way easier route to go. Even if it lasts, like, let's say 2 years, this is still way easier than painting it. So this is the route I'm going. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm sure there's a million of these videos, so I'm just going to cut to the chase and show you a before and after for the most part, and that's all you're wanting to see anyways, right? So let's do that and go from there. And where the hell did my beer go? Cheers. The process seems pretty damn simple. All you get in this box is some couple of gloves, more instructions, and just a bunch of wipes. We got 10 wipes. So, oh, and have a cloth ready just in case you get some on the paint. It's not gonna kill your paint. I don't think you have to tape it up by any means, but just wipe it off if some were to get on the paint. So let's get started. Cheers. All right, it is now 24 hours later after putting all this stuff on, and I'm just gonna cut to the chase. It works. I mean, there's no question. As soon as I applied it, obviously I'm looking at it right now, there's no question that it works, but I'm gonna mention a few things, and I'm gonna, I guess, specifically go with the Xterra. What I noticed and as I walk around here, is there is different types of plastics, and they react very differently to the product. Now, I'm gonna point that out. So for example, this bumper right here, that got really dark and it turned out really nice. These parts right here, it worked, but this is a different type of plastic and I feel like it's a lighter gray. So are these right here. These are a lighter gray, but long story short, it certainly made a huge difference. I used all 10 wipes. I probably could have got away with 8 of them, but I ended up using an extra 2, and I tried to kind of mess with a few other things. So for example, front bumper's done, these sides are done. I also did these, and I think it worked quite a bit. It worked very well with the handles. It didn't work at all with this trim right here. I wouldn't even go for it at all. Don't even bother going with that if you are trying to do it. I find this is more like a rubberized, it's more of a rubber, and the coating doesn't seem, it seems to react with it and kind of spreads it. I did this up here as well. So again, I did the mud flaps. Those got done. So everything got done, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good. I can't complain for the cost of $17, and it takes maybe like 20 minutes to do. Hands down, I will do that every year if I need to. It says it's gonna last 2 years. I'll do an update video after a year or two to see where it's at, but I'd rather do this every year than try to go through the hassle of prepping and painting all the little plastics. I thought about it. After doing this, not gonna happen. One thing I will mention, and this is, how do I say this, as a caution, I guess. The gloves that came with the wipes, when you're wiping it with the gloves, they get really slimy and slidey. I hated it. I literally, as soon as I got done this quarter bumper right here, I took the gloves off and used my hands. So I did the entire car with no gloves on. After the fact, I did pull up the MSDS sheet online, and it says it is an irritant to skin. That being said, my hands are good, but I did have to do a shitload of washing to get all the stuff off, and there's still a little bit of like a layer of film, I guess. Yeah, so not recommended, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do in this world of being a mechanic and all. A few other things I'm gonna point out as the sun comes out here. All right, so paint. I was not fussy when it came to touching the paint. Literally, I was just going so fast, I touched the paint everywhere. I can see some smudges, but I don't know if it's gonna do anything or if it really matters. Maybe they'll wash out eventually, but I can see a little bit of smudges on the actual paint. You might not be able to see it as I'm working this camera. Secondly, I did these as well, and if you notice here, I have some smudges right there and right here, and I mean, it's just so impossible to avoid trying to go over this. I mean, if you want to get really finicky, you can tape it off, but I'm at a point with this bar here that I'm gonna repaint it anyways, so that's on a repaint mode, so that'll get all sanded off. But as far as touching the paint, I did touch it, there's no question. I can see the little bit of smudges. I touched the lights probably, I don't see any issue there. And lastly, I'm gonna say that the coating, you can definitely see some smudges, and I've tried to work really hard to get rid of these smudges, but you can certainly see, I think it looks worse in the camera than it actually looks in real life, because it depends on the angle of the light. So, but yeah, definitely see smudges here and there. That stuff, no smudges. Front bumper I basically did twice. I barely see smudges, but you can still see smudges. But at the end of the day, it's all good, man. It's all good. Anyways, next up in line for this little bad boy is probably upgraded tires. These are getting a little bit worn, keeping the same rims, and I'm probably going to jack it up 2 inches or so to give it a little bit of a purtier stance. So anyways, if you want to watch that shit, subscribe and like, and cheers.